Cats feel rejected when you do this. Welcome back, my fellow feline devotees. Today we're getting into something that's a little touchy: rejection. Yes, cats may walk around like they own the world, but deep down they're actually very sensitive creatures. They notice the little things we do or don't do, and sometimes those little things sting more than we realize. So buckle up, because we're going to uncover the surprisingly specific ways your cat may be interpreting your actions as rejection. And trust me, some of these are going to make you go, "Oh no, I've definitely done that." 1. Ignoring their door performance. Think about how many times your cat has sat like a furry sentry at a closed door. To us, it's just a cat staring at wood. To them, it's Shakespeare-level theater. The paw gently sliding underneath, the dramatic meow echoing through the hallway. This is their performance piece. When you don't acknowledge it, they feel brushed off, like their art went unappreciated. Imagine pouring your heart into karaoke night and nobody claps. That's how your cat feels when you walk past without opening the door. 2. Laughing at their failed jumps. Have you ever chuckled when your cat miscalculated a leap and ended up looking like a flopping pancake? We can't help it. It's hilarious. But for your cat? Mortifying. Cats pride themselves on grace and agility, and when they see you smirking instead of offering emotional support, they feel humiliated. Picture wiping out on an icy sidewalk and your friend filming it for social media. Same vibe. A little sympathetic, "It's okay, champ," can go a long way. 3. Scrolling instead of listening. Does your cat ever talk to you with chirps, trills, or those soft half meows? That's them opening a dialogue. But if you're glued to your phone, scrolling away like you didn't hear a word, they notice. Cats are smart enough to understand when they're being ignored. In their mind, they just delivered a heartfelt TED Talk, and you walked out halfway through. Ever tried telling someone a story only to realize they're texting? It doesn't feel good. 4. Relocating their chosen nap zone. Cats are territorial about where they nap. And if they've crowned your sweater, your laptop bag, or even your laundry pile as their new throne, that's no accident. That's them saying, "This smells like you. This feels like home." If you move them or clear the spot too abruptly, it can feel like rejection. Imagine settling into a cozy blanket only to have someone yank it away. Your cat's comfort was just dismissed in the rudest way possible. 5. Leaving mid-cuddle without warning. Ever had a cat hop onto your lap, knead a little, settle in, and just when they're purring up a storm, you stand up? To us, it's no big deal. Maybe you needed a drink of water. To your cat, it's like their favorite TV show was canceled mid-episode. Cats live for those quiet bonding moments, and walking away mid-cuddle can feel like an emotional dropkick. 6. Not acknowledging their presentation of self. Have you ever noticed your cat strutting into the room, tail high, pupils wide, looking like they're saying, "Behold, your magnificent creature has arrived"? That's not random. Cats sometimes make a grand entrance, and if you don't look up or say anything, they can take it as a slight. It's like putting effort into your outfit and no one even noticing. Cats love an audience, especially when it's you. 7. Blocking their window world. For many cats, a window is the equivalent of Netflix, complete with bird documentaries, squirrel soap operas, and neighbor drama. When you shut the curtains or move them away without offering an alternative, it feels like you've just canceled their subscription. You may not think of it as rejection, but they see it as you denying them joy. And joy is kind of important when you spend most of your day napping. 8. Forgetting to respond to the slow blink. That soft, languid eye close from your cat? It's not just a blink. It's basically them sending you a love letter. When you don't return the gesture, they don't just shrug it off. They may interpret it as, "Wow, I poured out my heart and got nothing back." Imagine texting someone "I love you" and only getting a thumbs up emoji in return. Yeah, cats feel that. 9. Shutting them out of rituals. Cats are all about routines. If you make coffee at the same time every morning, and your cat has become part of that process, even if it's just sitting on the counter watching, excluding them feels like rejection. Maybe you close the door, maybe you rush past them. Either way, they were waiting for their role in the daily ritual, and suddenly they're not invited. It's like being left out of family game night. 10. Withholding recognition of gifts. We're not just talking about the occasional mouse dropped at your feet. Sometimes the gift is a toy placed strategically on your pillow, or even the offering of a carefully chewed feather. If you dismiss it with an "ugh" or ignore it altogether, it's a snub. Cats think they've just made a grand gesture. In their head, they're saying, "I hunted for you. I provided for you." And when you don't react, they feel unappreciated. 11. Brushing off their tail touches. Cats use their tails like little communication antennas. If your cat walks past you and gently brushes their tail against your leg, it's basically their way of saying hi, or even, "You're mine." Ignoring it might feel like you didn't notice their affection. Imagine patting a friend on the back and they don't even glance at you. It stings a little, doesn't it? 12. Not noticing their look back. When cats walk ahead of you and then glance back, they're not just checking traffic patterns. That look is an invitation. They're saying, "Are you coming? Are we doing this together?" If you don't follow or acknowledge it, it feels like a door slammed in their face. It's their way of asking for company, and leaving them hanging can feel like rejection. 13. Interrupting their personal grooming concert. Cats groom themselves obsessively, yes, but sometimes they groom near you very deliberately. It's their way of being vulnerable, showing you they feel safe. If you interrupt it rudely or shoo them away mid-lick, it's like barging into someone's bathroom uninvited. Grooming time is sacred, and dismissing it can feel disrespectful to them. 14. Overreacting to their night zoomies. We know 3 a.m. hallway sprints are not the most delightful wake-up call. But here's the thing. Cats often do these wild bursts to get your attention or burn off stress. When you yell or get visibly annoyed, they can interpret it as rejection. To them, it's like a child asking to play and getting scolded instead. Sure, it's inconvenient, but from their perspective, they were reaching out. 15. Cutting off their gaze sessions. Ever notice your cat staring at you, long and steady? It's not creepy. Well, maybe a little. It's bonding. Cats don't stare at people they don't trust. If you always shoo them away or refuse to make eye contact, they feel like you're shutting down intimacy. In cat language, it's kind of like saying, "I don't want to connect with you right now." That's tough for them to swallow. 16. Leaving their scent-marked objects untouched. When cats rub their cheeks on furniture, bags, or even your shoes, that's scent marking. But when they scent mark your stuff and you immediately scrub it off or remove it, they feel dismissed. Imagine someone carefully autographing your favorite book and you wiping it clean. That scent is their way of saying, "This belongs to us." Erasing it erases their claim and their affection. 17. Ignoring their protective moments. Ever noticed your cat suddenly position themselves between you and something, or stare intensely at a sound outside? That's them slipping into guardian mode. If you brush it off or laugh, it can feel like you don't take their role seriously. To your cat, they're being your protector. Ignoring that might make them feel like their contribution is worthless. 18. Not recognizing their bed invitation. Cats will sometimes curl up on the bed and leave a very obvious space beside them. That's not random. It's their way of inviting you into their safe zone. When you sleep elsewhere, or worse, move them to the floor, they can take it personally. Think about being at a dinner table with someone saving you a seat, only for you to sit somewhere else. That's rejection in its purest form. 19. Laughing at their serious hunt mode. When cats stalk a toy, a bug, or even dust floating in the air, they're channeling their inner lion. If you giggle too much or mock them, they might take it as ridicule. Hunting is instinctive, and cats treat it like a life or death mission, not slapstick comedy. Imagine being really into your workout routine while someone records it as a blooper reel. Not fun. 20. Forgetting to acknowledge their return home. If your cat spends time outdoors or even just retreats under the bed for hours, their return is significant. Walking past them without acknowledgement is like ignoring someone arriving home after a long trip. A simple greeting matters. Cats notice. And there you have it. Those are the things you do that make your cat feel rejected. Curious for more insights? Discover the signs they feel truly understood, or learn about what they wish you would stop doing. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.